Hi guys, and welcome back to Archie Hamilton Racing, and welcome into my Mercedes-AMG A45.
How may I help you?
Every single time into my A45, AMG A45S, and then we won't be getting that on. But today, I've been getting so many questions about getting the A45. I want to see so much more about it, the prices, everything. So in today's video, we have decided to take this car into the countryside and explain everything in terms of costs, in terms of what it's like to drive. 5,000 miles I've done in it, and drive it on proper roads, because it handles well. It's got 415 brake horsepower, it's got four-wheel drive, it's got drift mode, it's got everything. And today we get a chance to enjoy it. And who's joined me is Mr. Paul Wallace in his M2 competition, so we can compare both of these cars as well. And we have made it into, well, we're out in the Cotswolds. That's where we are. Hello Paul, how are we?
Good, how are you?
This is Paul Wallace from Supercars of London. I'm pretty sure they know who you are. But it's all very good. This is all very exciting stuff. What do you want?
Well, I mean, they're two different cars, but if you were looking for a daily driver, you might consider them both.
If you are out there looking for a daily driver, and this one's mine, the A45S, and that's Paul's M2 competition. We both love our daily drivers, and we thought, why not take them out to the countryside and enjoy them for what they're sort of good at. We can enjoy them.
Yeah, well, exactly that. Enjoy all of the power, because out here on the British B roads, this is probably the right amount of power that you'd want.
I know, and that is
the most out of the car.
To get the most out of the car, because we've been lucky enough to own supercars and things like that, but there's something about a hot hatchback sort of
pocket rocket,
which actually gives you more enjoyment when you're on a B road, because you can actually enjoy them, not be as nervous, but you know, get a feel for them.
Hey, there's less weight on our shoulders, because if we bin it,
which wouldn't be me, but it would be you. You would be the only one binning something around here. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the cars and the price differences. How are you, first of all? Let's go to your car, because how are you getting on with the M2 comp? Because people have seen it, but they might not have seen the mods you've done.
It's not really been driven on my channel. Like, I went, hey, this is my new M2 comp. But then over the last couple of weeks or so, I've been using it as my daily, but not necessarily probably doing what I normally would do.
Straight pipe.
Shove an exhaust on it and go crazy.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it for what it is at the moment.
And that is a very nice sort of daily driver. You say that, but you've already lowered it. So let's actually go and see that. Let's go and see the stance of it, because now this car has been lowered.
The gyms are shut, but somehow this puppy's been lifted. And the one thing that I was worried about when I like, obviously when you hear like, oh, you're lowering the car, you're going to just completely compromise the ride quality. But it's as good as stock. My neighbour has a stock M2 comp, and we've compared them, and there's really not much in it.
Is it actually, or are you just saying that?
No. I drove this and he was like, yeah, that's actually quite impressive.
Okay, so he's noticed a difference, but not a huge difference.
It's just
subtle.
5–10% stiffer.
Okay, well, that for the look that you've gone for,
exactly.
It is very, very good. Now you've got your personalised plate on it.
Yeah, that's a new addition.
That's a new addition. That was on your Lambo.
It looks way better. It was on my Lambo.
There you go. I remember this stuff. And what else are you going to do to it?
A few potential carbon exterior bits.
Yeah, like a big carbon rear wing would look good and things like that.
Not really. I want to keep it tasteful.
Tasteful.
I think I went a little bit over the line with the C63.
It's a lot more subtle. If we compare it, the M2 competition is much more subtle to the A45S, because when you do see the back of this car, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. You do have your rear wing, which is all part of the styling pack. I decided to go for that. I thought it was a lot cool.
I think you have to, though, when you're getting the A45S. I've seen them without it, and it can very easily blend in looking like a diesel.
Yeah,
it looks really sporty.
That's how they come.
Yeah,
which is quite cool. They do come like that.
If I would probably wrap my brake calipers if I could.
Oh, you can. I think you can.
And
just ruin it basically. But these are good. Honestly, in terms of price points, it's quite a hard sort of comparison, but I think personally for me this works, but it is out there. But this is where this car is the best. is from the front, because here you have the new grille compared to the old one. This is now.
It's also here as well. It's the front bumper and the air intake's here.
Yeah.
When I'm looking in my rear view mirror and I see it coming,
it looks aggressive.
It doesn't look like an A-Class.
No,
it looks like a real muscular.
It looks like an AMG GTR.
Yeah. No.
I mean, not quite, but it looks like something.
It looks like the four-door AMG GT.
It looks like something pretty mad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go for a drive. We're going to enjoy the roads here and give you a little bit of a comparison to what they're like and enjoy them. I think that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to enjoy the cars because I've done over 5,000 miles in that.
I don't know what sounds better.
Go on.
Do it again. This doesn't sound too bad.
Now go.
Oh, it's got a rev limiter. That's only let me go to like 3,000 RPM. Oh, I'm never having a rev battle in this again.
A rev battle in that. That sounds better. That actually sounds better.
Yeah.
This sounds terrible. Then wait till it's on comfort. Hang on. So nice to be back out of London on country roads and drive this car what it is meant to be driven. So I've probably owned this car for about 6 months now, 5-6 months, and it has been amazing. One of the best cars I have ever owned in terms of all round. Every single day I pretty much drive it. If I'm not driving the M8, I am in this. I probably drive this more, to be honest with you. It's got the speed, it's got the looks, but it's also got a price tag on it which puts people off just a little bit. But they are starting to come down in price. I paid around about £60,000 for this car. £60,000 is expensive for a hot hatch. It takes it into the hyper hatch bracket, but when you drive them, when you feel them, in terms of the older model, previous model which I've owned, it really is just good. It is just mega, hence why I've done over 5,000 miles in it. And when you get your foot down, it flipping takes off. It destroys everything in drag races. And this is in comfort. If we go to Sport Plus. And it also sounds mega as well. It's that good. It really is that good. The ride is smooth, and to be honest with you, I didn't expect myself to fall fully in love with it as much as I have. But as a daily car to drive around, out and about, it's a flipping cool bit of kit. Let's compare it a little bit to obviously the M2 competition. This car, 415 brake horsepower, 4-wheel drive. You've got your drift mode if you want it. If you want to go to, you know, drift mode and play around with it on private land, obviously. It's good around a track. I've driven it around a track. It's very good around a track. Compared to the M2 competition, which is 410 brake horsepower, completely different cars really, but in the same price bracket. This car costing £60,000 new, the M2 competition costing £51,000 new. On the second-hand market, I've seen some of these up for £49,000, £48,000 with the full styling pack, which is the aero kit, etc. And the M2 competition is a lot cheaper. You can pick one up for mid £30,000 as well, roughly, or late 30s. So there's probably a 10, maybe a little bit more, closer to £15,000 price difference, with this being more expensive. Is it worth £15,000 more on the second-hand market? Maybe, maybe not. But in terms of performance-wise, it would destroy the M2 in everything. In a drag race, on a B-road road, which we're on now, it would always be the king, and this really is the king. So in terms of that, it's no competition. This is much better than the A35, don't get me wrong, and the road noise has dimmed down a lot because I own the A35, I own the A45 as well, with model before, and the comfort wasn't that comfortable. But with this, it's a little bit better, and they've got rid of a lot of the road noise as well, which I think really is a thumbs up from me.
It's quite a cool piece of road actually. Whoa. I'm leaving Archie for dead. I just don't think he's trying to keep up with me. Not that I'm trying to drive excessive on these roads, but this is a properly quick car. I wasn't expecting when I got it just how quick it was in a straight line. The torque curve is really linear. I love driving it in comfort mode, in Sport Plus. This is the first time I've really had an outing with it. But the price difference between the A45 and this, obviously this is second hand, I think it's the modification options and ability to customize this car over the A45S. That's a really new car, and I don't think there are many aftermarket companies that have even done an exhaust for it. So I like making my cars my own, which is why I thought the M2 Comp would be a good option. The A45S is such a capable car. 4-wheel drive, straight to 2-wheel drive. I was really impressed when I drove it on the airfield. It's so fast, way faster than this. And the interior is better on that. So there's not much going for this car other than it's just quite good value for money, and you can do more modifications to it. But
you can have a little seat there, mate, and have a look at the cars.
well, I was just thinking that I think there's a photo opportunity.
That is a photo opportunity. Two insane cars in the middle of nowhere. How insane has this been? It's been so cool. We've just had all the roads to ourselves, no one around, just to enjoy our daily drivers. It's been amazing. It's been so cool. He's having a seat.
I'm having a rest.
You're having a rest, and I'm just here admiring the cars. Two very different cars, but two insane cars to drive as well. I love my daily, and I actually was just thinking to myself just now when I was just driving it, I'm not selling it anytime soon, because what the hell do you replace it with? There's not even anything in the same bracket that I'd replace it with. The only thing I probably would replace it with potentially is an M2 Comp. But there's no point because Paul's got one. Woo! I mean, that's the story behind how the angles go. Just like that. What a day. That is for sure. Taking the A45S and the M2 Comp to the Cotswolds. Some of the most fun I've ever had in a road car. It was that good. The handling of that A45, the speed of it, the character, it's that good. And there's a reason why I paid £60,000 for that car. It's good around the track. It's rapid in a straight line, and it doesn't feel like it's going to kill you when you're just driving it on those country roads. The handling, it is just such an amazing bit of kit, and I want to do more of it with it and take it potentially on a longer road trip, and it's not going anywhere out of my garage anytime soon. I love it. And if you're interested in buying an A45S and you can afford to, do it, because you won't regret it. Trust me, because I've driven so many different cars over my life, and to still have that much enjoyment in an A45S in this car is amazing. I drove it on the track for the first time last year in Spain, and that's when I realised how good it was. But then you actually live with it and you own it and you drive it every single day, and you actually realise actually £60,000 makes sense for what it's got in it. It's awesome, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Awesome also to hang out with Paul and just have fun together on country roads and enjoy the cars. That's one thing I've absolutely loved today, and I hope you guys have loved it. I'm so focused at the moment on making good content. We have the racing, we have my supercar search, which hopefully won't go on too much longer, but I'm just really passionate about making good videos and putting a lot of effort into them and just bringing them to you so you guys love watching them at home. I'm really just passionate about it. We've got such an exciting year. I just feel the luckiest guy alive at the moment, just to get the chance to bring this content and to be racing professionally and everything else. It is such an amazing year ahead, and I cannot wait just to keep it all going. So I hope you guys have liked it. Put your comments down below. I'd love to hear from you as always. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. I'll see you racing.